And we are back. Happy Monday, everybody. So today's topic is flex schedule. What does that mean to you? So remote working, Corona, COVID, all this stuff that's gone on, in the last couple of years. Really, the business environment has changed, and flexible time is kind of at the forefront of that. And it's something that I'm actually a massive advocate for. I love the idea of flexible time. I love the idea. I feel like I've talked about this before, maybe on a different episode, not maybe not specifically the entire episode about flexible time, but I feel like I've touched on the ideas of this on other episodes. But I'm going to dedicate a whole episode to this, and my belief that flex time is an amazingly productive way to be and to work. But it is without question a two-way street. And when I talk about flex time, I'm talking about um you've got a job to do and you want to kind of do it. You don't want to be tethered to specific hours or a specific place to get that job done. So that's where remote working and Zoom calls and kind of creating your own schedule come in, and accountability, um, all those things. And really where it all leads to is that it leads to having a results driven philosophy, if that makes sense. So you don't really care how you get there, so long as you get there, and you get there efficiently and effectively and profitably, and all of that stuff. But it's the idea that you don't necessarily have to do this task or complete this project from 9 to 5 at 123 Main Street. You figure it out. You're given the project to do, and it's up to you. It's up to you to take the responsibility and have the authority to figure out how you're going to do that, when and where, and get it done by the deadline. And that's kind of where flexible time kind of comes in. In addition to that, flexible time is kind of, I guess there's a theory out there that some people are more productive at night and some people are more productive during the day, and some people are morning people and some people are night owls and all that. And so why would you give some really intense project to somebody at 7 o'clock in the morning when that is not their, when they have their peak performance? What you have to do is you have to know your people and know when that peak performance is. But the people that you are employing, for lack of a better word, have to have the discipline to get the job done, right? If the employer is going to trust that and offer flexible time, then the employee has to be able to take that responsibility and have the discipline to get the job done, right? It's a two-way street. And it doesn't always work. I think there's some industries where this can be very effective, and then there's some industries obviously that it cannot. I mean, if you're a bartender, you have to be at the bar serving drinks. You can't do that remotely, right? Same thing like here in the shop. I've talked about it before. The guys that are running parts on the machine, they don't have a machine in their basement where they can run parts from home. So, but I think finding the peak performance time of each person might be a good, what's the word I'm looking for? A good project, or a good thing to put into play, to find out who your people are and where they're most effective, when they're most effective, and put them in that time slot if it works out. And you may find that your productivity goes way up. But in order to do that as an employer, you have to have an open mind. I think first and foremost, you definitely have to have an open mind, and you can't be in that rigid, fixed thought process where everything has to be done a certain way, fit in a certain box. If you do that, then you're probably limiting yourself and your people to to capacity of, what they can and can't and willing to do at that certain time. So I don't know. I mean, I think that there's a lot to this. There's a book out there that I read called The 4 Hour Work Week. Now, the title is the best. I think that's the best title of any book ever written. The 4 Hour Work Week. Who in their right mind wouldn't be interested in a 4 hour work week, not a 4 hour work day, a 4 hour work week? And what the book is about really is maximizing your time and your energies and leveraging time, leveraging people, maximizing time, and really focusing in on what those few things. Listen, we have 8 hours in a day, right? Somebody said 100 years ago that the workday should be 8 hours. And do we all put 8 hours complete in our workday? Absolutely not. If we get 4 hours of productive, nonstop work in an 8 hour day, we're lucky. We're lucky. I challenge anybody. I think I've read this too. Take your phone and do a stopwatch on what you're doing. Okay, am I working right now? I'm doing this video. It's a 3-minute video, a 4-minute video. It took me 5 minutes to set it up and 2 minutes to save it. And all of a sudden I got 10 minutes according to this. Okay, I'm going to mark 10 minutes down, but then I'm going to go to the bathroom and there's going to be a couple minutes. And then I'm going to get my coffee. There's a couple minutes. I got to subtract. So what happens when you do that throughout the entire day? Drive time. You're driving to an appointment, from an appointment. Is that working? Is that really productive, effective working time? Maybe you're listening to somebody, maybe you're on the phone with somebody, but maybe you're not. So you do the math and you do that calculation, you're probably coming up with 4 hours that you're really doing things purposefully and productively towards your day, towards your work day, and what you're supposed to be getting done. So it's kind of a fascinating thing, but I think flex time is a way to to assist with that, to create more productivity. And it could benefit the employer and the employee at the same time. It's just kind of coming together and collaborating on that and what that looks like for your individual situation. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Put a comment down there below, and also don't forget to subscribe. I think right over there or so there's a little red thing that says subscribe to the Real Estate Machine Show, and we'll catch up with you real soon. Have a great week.